think right around right now. It's all right. Straighten this out a little bit. All right. The good Lord, aka the good universe, did not create the grass to be straight. I'm sorry, y'all. So if
He
it's a
didn't.
little man or a little bang, that's not my fault. Blame Mother Nature and all the powers that be. But the important thing, Josh, is
Yep.
if you see this and you see that, and you're right, man, that can only mean one thing. That's right. Them lunch break bulls back at it again for lunch break news. It is the one, the only, the Pharaoh Live. And to my right, they've not made another cent. It is Josh. What's going on, Josh? How you doing today?
It's a great day. Beautiful out.
Yes,
It's not partly cloudy,
it is
but
not. It's not.
it's a great day. We're under the shade. Let's get it.
I hear that. Thank
Let's
you,
get it.
beautiful tree, for said shade. If you guys could see this park and you could see this area, the only thing to describe it is that it was personally made for us. I'm talking this park is hot as camel balls in August. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
But this one spot at the park, this one little sliver
Yeah.
of journalistic opportunity was made for us. That's the only thing that makes sense, Josh.
That is literally the only thing that makes sense. Like it's not too shaded.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, it's like an overabundance of trees in this area. No, but it's shaded enough. It's literally a patch just for journalism.
This way.
Small patch for journalism.
And you know what we're going to do with it. So, Josh, they are here for a reason, and that's to get the best goddamn news on the planet. So let's get right into it. We have another episode riddled with Trump updates. This will be a little short, but it's going to be fun, Josh.
It's going to be fun.
As always. Now, the first item is the EU deal is all but done. Yes, Trump has negotiated a new trade deal with the EU as of Sunday. That was yesterday. Also with Japan as of Friday. Josh, a little bit of details on this deal.
All right, let's get to it.
Pretty much going to be a 15% flat tariff on all goods and exports coming out of the EU being imported into the US. That's across all countries that have signed that EU deal. What it also promises is $750 billion.
It's crazy, bro.
To your boys in the United States, baby. We up. That is going to be split up between 150 billion for energy and another 600 billion towards just investments into United States companies. Now, Josh,
wow.
While we are gleeful, and because America just got a big old W, and I'm not talking about George, France is very upset about this deal. Now, we've heard them talk about, we've heard them complain before about these tariffs. They've been called predatory from the prime minister. The prime minister also has come out to say that he's not happy about these terms and that he accuses, he claims that a lot of U.S. goods are already in single-digit taxes for being tariffed coming into the EU. Now, what he does not mention, though, is how big this is going to be for the European car market, Josh. Let me tell you why. Before this deal was done, BMW, Volkswagen, those type of companies, right, were being hit with a 25% tariff to be sold in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Now that's going to fall under to the 15%. You got to imagine they are salivating over this new deal.
Yeah, got to be, because it's already hard to sell cars right now.
Also, a lot of brakes on transportation. So a lot of companies are going to benefit in the EU. What I think France is most mad about is they have about half of the beverages that come out of the EU into America come from France via champagne, spirits, and wine. Now, I think they're a little unhappy that they are not getting a little bit of a break on that end. But the aviation deal is going to help companies located in France. And again, those car makers, which I don't know if there is a French car maker, but EU, French car makers overall are going to be the real winners coming out of the EU for this one, Josh.
Is France manly enough to make cars? I don't know.
Why don't you ask the First Lady, Brigitte Macron? You know what? That was Friday's episode. We're going to stick to current events.
Let's stick to current.
I try not to take petty shots.
First of all,
but every once in a while, you just
quick note.
You know, yeah, what's up, do it.
They say like a part of their regular language. They say we a lot.
They do say we.
I'm just saying that was like a big note, like a capital letter note. Like, wow, they do say that a lot.
I mean, that sounds like news to me, Josh. Real quick before we switch this topic, I didn't personally know this, but the trade relationship between Europe and America is the biggest trade agreement. The trade of dollars in the world year by year. $2 trillion. In between the U.S. and the EU in trading goods a year. $2 trillion, bro. I had no idea the relationship was that monetary. I had no idea it was that powerful. I had no idea there was that many Benjamins crossing the pond, as they say.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, too, because I believe it is the case due to a regular trade, which we just saw the deals established.
Sure.
Plus the U.S. being the world reserve currency, so you need U.S. Currency in order to purchase oil from, like the streams that we kind of control.
You need us, baby.
You know, so they're getting oil from Saudi. I think we can put sanctions on countries. We just say, hey, we're not giving you $1, so you can't buy anything.
Done as facts, Josh. Now to the next topic. They had another talk with Ghislaine, however the fuck you pronounce that monster's name, Maxell, over the weekend. Now, if you joined us on Friday, you heard us talking about what we think may have happened, what we think would be happening, and what should be happening. And something that Josh, because he's a goddamn journalist, mentioned the other day was if he was Maxell, wouldn't be talking to nobody about nothing unless full immunity was on the ground. Well, we have some updates on that. Now, they did have a second talk over the weekend, Josh, because they talked for 6 hours the first day, in which case us, because we're goddamn journalists, knew that there was going to be another follow-up conversation. We don't have details, which is understandable, right? It's a lot of stuff. They're not releasing the Epstein files. They're definitely not releasing day after day of what's going on in this backdoor meeting.
It has to be
Trump's
reviewed,
former attorney
redacted.
They're going to redact the shit out of this if we ever hear it in about 65 years, a la the MLK files. But I digress. Now, are there talks of pardons? We don't know, but there are responses to if there's talks on pardon, right? Johnson has come out and said that the 20-year sentence that Maxell had is already a damn near gift from God. And pretty much that she should be happy about that. Meanwhile, you have Trump saying it's possible, meaning he has the power to give her a pardon. He hasn't said he will. He hasn't said he should. He didn't show any of his hand on that front, but he did mention, hey, I'm the president. If I want to pardon her, I can and I will. And now we have nothing but more questions as we have for this whole goddamn Epstein file episode. Josh, is there anything that you think I missed or that you think should be happening pertaining to this?
Nah, I mean, I do think her even having a possibility of immunity, it would be kind of right based on how they did things literally like not too long ago with a very public case and Diddy and Cassie. And she got immunity ASAP. There was not even any argument about her getting immunity. The fact this lady is charged and everything, and we're just talking to her, like she couldn't even use her knowledge as a benefit to her at all. She's got charged, took 20 years. Listen, it's kind of wild to me. Like, I don't know. Cassie got immunity. All she had to do was say things about Diddy. Take that. They didn't even have to be true.
I mean, according to the jury, a lot of it was not true.
Yeah.
But I digress, Josh. We're going to stay on that for too long. Let's get into the fun part of today's episode.
Let's go.
We told you guys South Park came back swanging. Okay? And that's just what we heard. But I actually went ahead, Josh, and I watched the episode.
Was it good?
It's fantastic.
Was it?
It's a work of art. Work of art. Not only was it fantastic, Josh, but I got to tell you.
Okay.
To me, it was one of the most shocking episodes of South Park that I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I need you guys to understand, I'm a little old in the tooth. You know what I mean? You can see the grays in the beard and all that 4K. I've been watching South Park since I was 12 years old. And that's not when it came out. It's when I figured out how to watch it without my mom knowing that I was watching it because she told me not to watch that shit. Okay? So it's been wild since I was a child. You understand what I'm saying to you? This is one of the wildest episodes, and I'll tell you guys why. First of all, it's funny as hell, which is what you want from South Park. You want to laugh, right? Here's what I was scared about. I thought South Park was going to lose what made South Park great. What made South Park great to me was that they were so quick, bro.
Yeah.
It would come out every Wednesday. If some shit happened on Sunday, you're like, well, surely it's not going to be on South Park on Wednesday. It was on South Park on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I remember that after an election between McCain and Obama, 2 days later, they had an episode about the results of said campaign. And I couldn't, it blew my fucking mind. Ocean's 11 John.
I remember that.
Couldn't fucking believe it, right? So they went ahead and put out a trailer a few months ago. And you saw like Kanye, you saw Diddy, you saw a bunch of shit going on back then, right? So you're like, this is going to be fun, but it's going to be all outdated shit.
Right.
Right? Come to find out, they made that trailer because Paramount told them they needed a trailer, but nothing in those trailers was actually for any of the episodes.
That's hilarious. That's some South Park shit.
Because they refused to do episodes that early.
Right.
Because they wanted to be current.
Right.
Josh. So they came at Trump, right? I don't know if you saw the last 5-6 years, they've been trying to pretty much make Mr. Garrison the Trump or whatever, right? They pretty they gave him the wig and everything, made him president. Hilarious, right? So the people of South Park, they're mad at Trump's policies, so they go to Garrison's house. And they're like, oh, come out here, you son of a bitch. And he's just sitting at TV, watching TV calm. His love interest is like, he doesn't do that stuff anymore. He doesn't go to Washington. He's doing really good now, guys, just leave. They're like, well, if it's not him, who is it? They go look and see who it was, right, in the White House. Who is it? It's the actual real face on the South Park character. So it's Donald J. Trump, right? They have him playing the part of what they used to have Saddam Hussein playing back in the late 90s with the head like bobbling, but it's really his picture. Has a relationship with Satan. They have relations on the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Crazy work.
Crazy work.
Crazy work.
It's crazy work.
They call him a dictator. They make South Park jokes the whole time, right?
Calling him a dictator after that is that's top tier comedy.
So PC principle,
right?
All right. So he's supposed to be politically correct principle, right? He's supposed to be like a Bernie bro, right? You're a bro. We know you out here slanging D, but you're also the guy that's like, oh no, you can't call him fat, bro. You got to call him obese, or you got to call him, right. So that's who PC principle is.
Thick John.
Thick Jones, right? PC principle now stands for power in Christ principle. They also had Jesus preaching at school.
They stay playing with God, bro.
Stan didn't let Jesus sit at the lunch table, so they accused Stan of bullying Jesus. I'm not gonna get too much more into that, but they did that.
Yeah.
To play off the parody.
Yeah.
Of that. Okay. To end the episode, Josh, here's the wildest part. It wasn't cartoon, it was a real person, right? It was like they called it a pro-Trump commercial. So it starts looking like a political campaign ad. Donald J. Trump, his face looks like his body, right? And then it's him walking through the desert. And next scene, he's walking through the desert, but his shirt's unbuttoned and he's like stumbling.
Oh, Lord.
Super fat, right? And then he has no pants on. He's just in his tidy whities.
Oh, Lord.
Mind you, it's still all Trump face. So it's I don't know if it's AI generated or they just photoshopped someone's body with Trump's face. Yeah. But it 100% was Donald J. Trump walking, or at least appearing to be, walking through the desert. Then Josh, and Josh will be right back, guys, don't worry. Then they had him butt naked in the desert, struggling. And then you see his mans. I don't know how else to describe it to y'all. I wish it wasn't so vulgar. I wish it wasn't so crazy. I wish it wasn't so unbelievably insane. But South Park made a fake pro-Trump ad, had a human him with the Trump face and everything, not a lookalike. They put Trump's face on a naked body in the desert and then had his mans talking to the camera. I wish I could describe this to you guys in a more TikTok-friendly manner, but it's not fucking possible. For those reasons, I digress. Josh, as I was saying, and he's back, the craziest episode, one of the craziest episodes I've ever seen, It looks like when they put on the ad, it was number 1 of 50. Now, if you're put your big brain on, they just signed that 1.5 billion deal. Is for 50 episodes. So what I think they're going to end every episode from now until this deal is over is a quote unquote pro-Trump ad.
Hilarious.
And if they're South Park and they're going to do South Park things, it's only going to get crazier. And I can't even fucking imagine, Josh.
Bro, they probably
it's
have
any crazier.
So many things written up already.
I
can only imagine being in that brainstorming creative writing room.
Yeah, it's probably
amazing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got to be a good time.
Imagine how many things they can't put out. They're like, this is too much, bro. We can't do this.
The question is, do they ever ask themselves that?
I think so, bro.
I don't understand. So Paramount, they've called a lot of slack, cutting Colbert, coming in with a settlement for Trump, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? They've been perceived in the public to be bending the knee to Trump, right? So I can't understand how they approved for this episode to come out the way it did, bro. It is, bro.
Because Trump's on a suing spree, bro.
Yeah.
Did you see, like...
They show that in the episode.
The Wall Street
Journal. He said
Journal,
he's going to sue South Park.
The Wall Street Journal lawsuit, bro?
Yeah.
It's like $50 billion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, $50 billion? Now, the reason of that lawsuit, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I don't think you can sue South Park, right?
Because everybody tried.
Right. And you're just making fun. It's freedom of speech, right? You're not putting claims on him at all, right?
Yeah.
And trying to make things real that would affect his entire life.
Sure.
Where the Wall Street Journal, they published a letter that Trump had supposedly wrote to Epstein.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this is the letter, and the letter references their secret. And it's like, oh, their secret? Well, what does this mean? And X, Y, and Z. And it's like, oh, having a secret between you and some guy who be like, he's a PDF uploader, and then he's an uploader PDFer.
Yeah.
Right? So if y'all got a secret,
child mover,
what could that be?
Yeah.
What could that be? Right? And like, if I was like, you never know. This could be about Italian ISIS. This could be about anything.
I love Italian ISIS.
Right now, especially right now, it's hot as hell. It's above black people right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I'm saying is
2 degrees past it.
2 degrees, bro. That's it. And a cloud just got in the way of the sun, and there's no effect on the temperature.
0.
Absolutely none.
Real quick, Josh. Truth Network says they all lied, and that's why he is winning.
What do you mean? What?
You got to ask Truth Network.
Oh, my bad.
What I believe he's talking about is
all the politicians,
all the media, all the politicians,
all the media,
everybody who's not talking about the story or allowing the story to go under, or they're talking about it now, but they didn't talk about it before.
First of all, 100%. There should be like a
we've had media.
We've had 100. How many riots and fucking protests have we had? Why haven't I seen none about the transparency of Epstein files? It's just the craziest shit to me ever. Like, people should be taking up arms, but doesn't it really tell you or kind of show you that some of these protests and these marches and things are like kind of organized? They're not organic. They're synthetic protests and people trying to bring energy to a situation rather than being organic. Now you're telling me that literally there's no one's mustered up the energy or courage to protest and demand X, Y, and Z from the government, where we did it over things that were much less.
For sure.
But it seems like those things that were much less, funny how they always come when the election's coming up. When
or when the side switches.
Or when the side switches.
When the power switches sides, I should say.
Yeah. Let's make them look bad.
Yeah.
We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. It's funny how that happens. But Jeffrey Epstein, where both sides will be to blame, because both sides has had this information.
Yes.
Both sides had this information and they didn't release it. This is why this is a dog and pony show, that these people care. They don't.
The last administration also had 4 years to release it.
Yep, they had 4 years.
Where was their outrage? You are not lying, Truth Network. We just landed 3 stories within 30 minutes. Where the fuck else are you getting that in this type of detail, in this type of consistency from 2 motherfuckers who got 9 to 5s?
Literally.
Nowhere.
Literally.
Other than lunch break news with dumb lunch break boys, the best goddamn journalists on the planet. Josh, you just laid a lot down. Do you have any last words to our fantastic viewers?
All I want to say, if you watch wrestling, then this pairing, it'd be like if The Rock and Stone Cold were the tag team champions.
Tag team champs.
All I'm saying is I'm Stone Cold.
Truth Network says he is a 5 to 5. That's something to argue with your boss, not us. But this is another episode
of 5 to 5.
Another episode of Lunch Break News. We hope you guys had a good time. I'm sorry about that 5 for 5. You might want to,